Hi everyone, this is Judy from Little Fabric Garden, and just want to tell you about a little program that I am doing with the library. It's called Building Blocks, and we are going to be building some quilting blocks and trying to do it like bi-weekly for the next few months. And the blocks that we're going to be working on are fairly easy. We're going to start with some easy ones, and we really are going to start with my favorite. And then some of them are a little harder, but I think when you see how they go together and how you have to cut them, you're going to say, oh, that's simple. I can do that too. So the first one that we are going to do is the one that is here in front of me, and it's called the Disappearing 4-Patch. All right, and you're going to see how we start with something very, very simple, and then we get to this, which really isn't hard, but it looks a little bit harder than it really is. So you will be able to do up this block, and people will think like, oh wow, look what she's done. And you know, in the back of your mind you're going, hey, that's pretty easy. Alrighty, to do this block, you're going to start with 4 squares. Now, when I did mine, I did 5-inch squares, but you can do them smaller or you can do them larger. It doesn't make any difference how you do them or the size, but they all 4 of them have to be the same size. And I'm going to arrange them here to show you how you need to put them down, and then I will show you what you do next. All right, so I've arranged my 4 squares, like I said, these are 5-inch squares, but you can use whatever size you want. And I've got them, you know, like alternating, and so you've got your pieces here, and this is just going to be very easy. You are going to take this piece and you're going to move it over here and sew this seam together. You're going to move this piece over here, you know, like, and it'll be like on top like this, and you'll sew the 1/4-inch seam, and you know, you'll do the same thing to both of these. And then when you get these two pieces and these 2 pieces sewn together, then you will take those and you will sew the bottom piece to the top piece. Same way, you'll flip it over, 1/4-inch seam all the way down there, and then you'll have this piece which is called a 4-patch. And so this is the 4-patch. Now this is where the fun begins, because you know, like when you look at it, it's a 4-patch, it's kind of boring, you know. Okay, well, we're going to change that. So you're going to take your ruler, and this seam that's down the middle, you know, like this way, and then horizontally and diagonally, or not diagonally, vertically, you are going to do some cutting. So you are going to measure on your 1-inch line. You're going to put that 1-inch line right on that seam. And you're going to put it on like that. And you're going to take your rotary cutter and you are going to cut. All right, and you're not going to move anything. Everything stays as is. Then you're going to turn and you're going to do the same thing with this, going this way. That 1-inch line is right on that seam. And then you are going to cut that. And you're going to turn it, and you are going to do the same thing. Now, at home, like I move to the other side of the table, or I have one of my cutting mats you can move it. It's on like a little swivel thing on the bottom, and you can move it, but I don't have that here. So you're going to do the same thing. You're going to line it up on that 1-inch line, and then you are going to cut that, and then you will do the same thing on this side, and you will cut that. All right, so we had that piece, our 4-patch, and I showed you how to cut it with the ruler. When you get all done with that, this is what it looks like. Here are the cut pieces, and so you've got these pieces, you've got, you know, like this, and you've got this little teeny tiny 4-patch right in the middle, and then the bottom part. All right, so now here's where it really gets fun. You're going to take this piece and you're going to turn it around like this, and you're going to take this piece and you're going to turn it around like this, and this one, and you are going to do the same thing to this one. Now the middle little 4 patch, you're going to leave just exactly the way it is. So then you will sew these pieces. You'll turn it right sides together, and you'll sew that, and then you will sew this to that piece. And you will do the same to all of these. This will be turned on here, 1/4 of an inch here, then this will go on top of that. You'll do the same to this, and after you get these 3 sewn together, then you will start sewing these pieces together. Okay, and then the magic is what it looks like when it's done. All right, after taking them to the sewing machine and sewing all those pieces together, this is what the final block looks like. And again, this is called the disappearing 4 patch because we started with 4 patch and it ended up looking like this. So again, we started with these 4 pieces, these 4 squares, and like I said before, you can make them bigger, you can make them smaller, it doesn't make any difference, but they all have to be the same size. So we started with this, and then we went to this, sewing them together to make the 4 patch, which is a very common quilt block. And then after our cutting and our little magic and turning, we ended up with this, the disappearing 4 patch. So if you're interested in being adventurous and trying these, you know, even if you are someone who's never really done anything like this before, you're going to be able to go into the library and these are the directions on how to put together this disappearing 4 patch. So you've got a couple of weeks. These patterns will be down there at the library for 2 weeks, and until we do the next disappearing, the building block show.